I believe that it's the responsibility of everybody that lives on earth, each one of us, to make a difference to our neighbors, to people across the cultural divide, to create a better and a more sustainable place for us all to live. And we've seen over the last year, especially since the advent of COVID, that the gap between the haves and the have-nots is widening. I mean, throughout history, the one thing that has differentiated and created a difference in all the societies that we can have a look and see, we can see the progress in or the lack of progress in, is education. And former President of the United States, Lyndon Johnson, famously said that when he looks at the problems in America, problems across the world, they can all be solved just by one word. And that word, he said, is education. And I think I agree with him. So in 2015, when I read Peter Diamandis' book, Bold, and I was challenged to try and find a grand challenge to solve, I thought about education. And I realized that education is the one thing that if we can help the part of the world that doesn't have access to the right tools, the right resources, and the right material to upskill and to learn the skills needed to better themselves and their societies, we can actually make a massive difference in the world in a very, very short space of time. And just to put the whole idea into context, if we just look at it in the context of the haves and the have-nots, at this point in time, the majority of the world does not have access to the resources, to the experts, and to the knowledge that the developed part of the world does have. And a lot of that is due to, poor infrastructure, poor connectivity, and things like that, a lack of stable electricity. But those things are getting sorted out. So those things in our lifetime will become better and better and better. What we need to be thinking about, and this is what we've thought about at Forward Protocol, is how do we solve the challenge of getting the information from people that have it to people that need it. So the challenge that we see here is how do we get the billions of people that don't have access to information to connect with the experts that do have information. And the problem that this actually solves is that it creates that transfer of knowledge from the people that have the knowledge to people that need the knowledge, so that they can actually solve problems at a local level in their local communities and better their lives, and in so doing better the lives of the people around them. And the solution to that problem is a learning protocol. It's called Forward Protocol, and it's a blockchain-based learning protocol that is an earn as you learn framework that actually allows people to transfer knowledge from one person to the other person, and it incentivizes that transfer, that one thing that is really, really important. So it incentivizes the transfer of knowledge from an expert to a learner, and it incentivizes the learner to complete that knowledge, to actually gain that knowledge, to absorb it, with an incentive reward scheme which allows them, once they've actually absorbed that knowledge and they can use it, to gain a token and to be able to use that token to buy something else. So we've created a value chain where the actual knowledge becomes valuable, and it becomes valuable for an expert to want to share it, and it becomes valuable for a learner want to learn it. And with that in place, we believe we've got the fundamental framework, the fundamental foundation that can literally change the education landscape right across the planet for every human being.